I traded a $50,000 funded next account and actually made $5,000 profits, which is 10% of what funded next expects a trader to make in phase 1. So stick with me to the end of the video. I'm gonna be breaking down exactly how I did this and why most traders are still failing to pass their pro farm challenges. So without further waste of time, let's get into the screen. So as you can see here, this is the certificate that I got for the competition, not competition but the challenge. Okay, so basically they just told me congratulations on being a certified trader of funded next, and then they gave me a certificate which is downloadable, by the way. As you can see for the statistics, my average profit was about $268 per trade on average. Okay, of course I was trading an evaluation account. The account size was $50,000, and I actually did this somewhere close to the end of last year. I didn't do this video, and I decided that I'm going to be doing it to help people see. Okay, so the average loss was about $0, and the average lot that I was using was at least 1. That was the average lot for that account. Now as you can see here, for the trading days, I took about 8 trading days, and daily loss limits, for a $50,000 account, they allow somebody to lose, I think, up to 5% in a given day. For me, my 5% was $2,500, which I didn't lose anything off of it. The monthly loss limit, out of $5,000, I think this was just basically a drawdown. It wasn't necessarily a loss. I didn't close any losing trades. Okay, so I'll make sure to show you the MT4 screen recording so that you see how the MT4 looked. Okay, so this was the monthly loss limit. Basically, the highest drawdown that I went inside the capital that they had given me was $183.96, and then the profit target was basically $5,000, and I managed to make $5,033. So basically that was everything about it. As you can see, my trading overview here. Okay, of course this is the equity after the challenge had been completed. So the total loss that I traded were 20 lots in total. The trades that I won, most of them were long positions, meaning they were buy positions. Actually, I just won both long and short because I didn't have any loss, as I had said earlier. So 100% on long positions and 100% on short positions. The gross profit was actually $5,370. I think this was the floating profit that I had gone into before, because I didn't close those trades exactly at the $5,000 mark. They went into $5,370 profit. That was the highest equity the account reached. And then, of course, the market was still reversing, and I caught my trades in MT5 and closed the trades because I didn't know what was actually happening. And then the average winning trade, as you can see here, it was about 268.52. That was all my total profits, total profit positions divided by the total amount. Okay, the total amount of the trades divided by the total number of positions that I opened. On average, it was about $168.52, as you can see. And the average losing trade is $0. Again, we said that I didn't catch any loss. I say luckily, but again, just the strategy that I used. The best trade that I got actually won $626. Okay, so basically this was my trading history. As you can see here, this was the opening price. It was some time back. I will wish to go back and review those setups, but again, it's so back much in time. But I'll find time and explain those setups step by step. So the profit that you can see here, I actually got this profit $321.626. Basically, you can see all those positions here. Let me just go to the next page. Okay, so these were basically all the positions that I opened, and these were the amounts that I closed at. Okay, so basically that is it. I was so fortunate to have actually made that amount of profit with actually no loss, because as you know, phase 1 is the hardest phase. As you can see the statistics of funded next, most traders actually fail just from phase 1. Okay, and I like that transparency about them. I think that information is somewhere when you are trying to buy the account. They show you the statistics of the number of traders who fail during the first phase of the challenge. So basically that is it. What I wanted to say basically is just the psychology in this thing. Most people, when they buy these pro farm accounts, they are trying to pass it so fast. I don't know what's with the hurry, because I've always been a victim. I've been a victim of this before, whereby you just buy the challenge, and as soon as possible you want to execute positions, you make time frames that you want to be done with this challenge. What you need to know is that with the pro farm challenges, you're not just going to make easy money. You have to wait for your best setups, or otherwise you'll actually just end up losing your evaluation phase account challenge, and it will cost you money to get another one. So you have to be very careful. What I would advise most people to do is that you have to wait for your best setup. Even if you bought that account maybe say last week and today is on a Monday, you don't have to wait again to start placing positions today on Monday, so that by the end of this week you are done with that account. Again, it's possible, but if you have never done it before, I suggest that you just wait. If you don't see any setup this week, avoid taking trades this week. Okay, so just wait for the best setups to appear. If they take a week or two, just ensure that your first trade is a winning trade and it gives you a good profit margin, so that even if you take other losses, your previous profits will still cover you as you are trying to pass that challenge. Again, another thing that holds most people back is the fact that the illusion of what they see online. You know, you saw somebody just pass, like for example, the way I'm saying I got 100% win rate. It doesn't mean that you also need to go and get 100% win rate. It doesn't work out that way. Okay, sometimes it's okay to take losses. In fact, losses are a part of the forex market. You cannot go into forex and say that you're not going to take any losses. You are going to take losses, but the actual importance is that you ensure you don't let the losses get into your head, and ensure that you are losing very little and whatever you are making is more. So that if you are losing, I always recommend a 1:2 risk to reward ratio, because a 1:2 risk to reward ratio, it will help you in the sense that if you win a single trade, it means that for the next 2 trades in a row, you can lose and still be at break even. So the risk to reward is a very, very powerful thing that most traders actually ignore. But again, as much as it is a risk to reward 1:2, it doesn't mean that anytime you're in a trade and you're seeing that there is potential that this trade could reverse against you, it doesn't mean that you go and just wait for that trade to hit a 1:2, and yet you're seeing from your confirmations, maybe you've seen there is some news that is coming, there is some profit and you want to secure those profits, but again you say I'm waiting for a 1:2 risk to reward ratio. Feel free to book those profits even if it hasn't hit 1:2 risk to reward ratio, and you're seeing a chance that the market could actually go against you, or the trade has been playing around so much that you've lost your confidence in it. Maybe you've had some analysis and you're seeing some confidence that this trade could actually go against you. So what you need to do is just close that trade and book your profits. Otherwise, it may actually work against you. So that is also something else that I just wanted you people to know about these pro-farm challenges. I didn't want to keep this video so long. So if you've watched up until this end, I appreciate you. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, because it's gonna help the algorithm push this channel to a wider audience for people who are also interested in the forex content like you, and they'll maybe get to benefit and have value from this channel. So until next time, see you again. Make sure to check the video at the end of this video so that you get to see the strategy that I use to trade and how I actually execute it in my trading positions. Peace.